enjoy meeting groups of all Australians from all walks of life that come and spend time here in Israel, but particularly young groups, because obviously you're the future of the relationship, and the relationships that you build whilst you're here, the impressions you take away with you and the contacts that you make will be what drives the relationship for the next few decades. I don't need to tell you this, but it's a story that isn't often appreciated enough in Australia. Israel is an amazing story. It's a remarkable success story. If you asked people 65 years ago what the state of Israel would look like today, you would have gotten a whole number of different answers, and very few of them would have picked the state that Israel has become. And it's an immense achievement, and it owes a lot to the early Zionists, the people that came and settled the land of Israel, but it also owes a great deal to the Jewish communities around the world, and the contributions they've made to building the state of Israel, be it personal, ideological, financial, professional. They've all made a contribution, and groups like yours play an important part in achieving that.
So I'm Mark, and Yigal does not invite me because I'm the spokesperson of the Prime Minister. Yigal invites me because I'm a former Machon person, a former Schnuck person. And I think Yigal invites me because Yigal thinks that maybe, some of the people in this room will become spokesmen for the Prime Minister. I mean, we've already got a precedent, right, Yigal?
You got
An
it.
Australian from Habonim working for a Likud Prime Minister, but we'll leave that out of it.
One of the things I'd like to say to you is that Hebrew should be the thing that you aim to at least in some way learn something that you can say to a shopkeeper, that you don't have to say, you know, shalom, kama, this amount, you know, mixture of Hebrew. You kind of want to have the confidence to speak Hebrew enough that you can interact with Israelis. It doesn't mean to say that tomorrow you're going to go speak fluent Hebrew, but by the end of the year you should aim to speak enough Hebrew that you can interact with Israelis, interact with them in the language that they grew up with, in the same way that when they come to Australia, maybe they'll speak to you in English.
Righteousness shall you pursue, will be the guiding principle in our relations amongst ourselves. As active members of youth movements, we must all see ourselves as doers. For a year, you have to all search for opportunities to do. Basic justice isn't administered by the courts or by the government. Truth and justice on the streets, the kind of justice that really matters, can only be created by you and me. For 1 year, and maybe more for some, you have a special task. Because the creation of a society is not a communal goal as you might be used to in Australia, but here in Israel it can be a national one for you.
יפנו, על הפניה יפנו. אל תלכי מרים, מסתובבת בעולם, אל תלכי מרים. בדרכים, מעל הים מטוסים גדולים, על הפניה יפנו, על הפניה יפנו. אל תלכי מרים, מסתובבת בעולם, אל תלכי